Hello again, everybody. Welcome to the 80-60 rule. I'm Mark and I'm 60.
Hello, everyone. I'm Greg, and I'm 80.
Good to you, Greg. Happy start to August. Here we are again. How's your week been going? Everything okay?
Yeah, everything's fine. I'm happy, really happy about the first thing I'd like to talk about, Alex Jones.
All right.
Alex Jones not only did he get 4 million, but he was hit with a 45 million, and I hope he gets hit for many, many more. Because people cannot tell outward lies, and everybody knows it's a lie, and he's doing it. And it's shameful what he did. And I hope people, if you have his views, okay, I'm not going to. People have different kinds of views. Please don't give the guy any money. Don't be fooled. Don't please. He's going to come up with a campaign now to help defray his expenses. Don't do that. You can say agree with him on some things. All right, America, that's the world. But please don't give him any money.
Yeah, I like your angle on that. That's true. It's like, okay, people, if they want to agree with him, that's fine. But like you said, don't bankroll his.
I mean, you're 60, I'm 80. I've seen 20 years more than you have. People are going to talk. People are going to say different things. He also said, like George Bush, they should get him for this. That George Bush, I can remember, they were behind the 9/11.
Right.
Come on.
Right.
I mean, he
right.
should be taken down for that stuff.
Yeah, there's a whole list. I know that he said the Boston bombing was an act, a bunch of actors. It's
I mean, he should be.
Yeah,
you don't let that go. That's not free speech. That's stupid speech. That's not wrong. Not speech.
Right. It's what?
That's not speech. I don't know what it is. It's not speech.
Yeah. Right.
That should not be free speech.
Exactly. And obviously the jury agreed with you. So that is good news, that there's going to be some sort of compensatory. There's a good word. Compensatory.
Oh, my gosh.
I know. I surprised myself with that
one.
I
was going to say, what do you have, a thesaurus? No. Is there a thesaurus anymore? Or is that the computer?
Yeah, there's no, I don't think anybody goes to the book, the thesaurus book. They'll highlight the word and click on it and say, what's a word similar to this? Anyway,
which gives me an idea. Can I ask you this?
Sure.
It would be interesting to know, like, for the last 5 years, like 10 years, what businesses were around now, not around anymore, like dictionaries, encyclopedia.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's actually a good topic. We could probably come up with a list of quite a few things.
Yeah. Maybe our subscribers can call it in.
Leave a comment on things that were around just a short time ago that aren't around anymore. Blockbuster Video, we can mention that one off the top of my head. There's a lot of things that here today, gone tomorrow, that just are rendered useless or obsolete is probably a better word, right? Yeah. But anyway, back to your comment there. That was a good news story in terms of holding somebody accountable who should have been held accountable. So
big time.
Yeah,
I cannot believe that the parents had to do this. Where are the senators? Where's the Congress?
Right.
Where's the other people that could say and speak to that?
Right. Yeah. It was the families, the parents.
Exactly.
Saying, okay, there's a line. We don't know exactly what the line is, but there's a line that you crossed, and now you have to be held responsible for that.
He was hiding. He was hiding. He was saying things under free speech.
Yeah, under that banner. I don't know if you saw, because correct me if I'm wrong, but it wasn't broadcast live, right? But they were showing clips.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be released. They're going to release the actual trial at a later date. I don't know how the court arranged that or what their parameters were, but the clips I saw, boy, what a hats off to the judge for keeping it contained. She had her hands full with that guy. Some of the clips I saw where he was just tempting her or taunting her, and her credibility and her reputation and everything. So
I got the impression from her that she wasn't kind of enthused to be there, the judge.
Right.
He wasn't like happy,
Yeah, I got that impression too. And it's probably to what you just said. It's like, really, we had to get to this point to point out that this is that this is wrong what you're saying. And
yeah. You know what else is wrong off the top? You know what else is wrong? I know the lawyer does this. I understand, but let's not say this guy from Highland Park. Let's not say he should say he's not guilty. Come on.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, you're talking about how they pleaded.
Yeah. He's not nuts. He planned all this.
Right. Yeah. Extensively, he planned it all.
Yeah.
I mean, not to with the disguise, with the vantage point.
Yeah.
Throwing people off by going to Wisconsin and then driving back, back to the scene of the terrible crime there. So, yeah, I know they've got to do it. It's kind of like some sort of weird ritual that we go through with defendants, and I know it's absolutely necessary, but sometimes it'd be nice just to throw the book at them and throw away the key. Actually, lock them up and throw away the key.
What attorney? Interesting. I never had the smarts to be an attorney. To be honest with you, that's a test. I think I would do, but what attorney would take that cause? What attorney would defend him?
Yeah, I'm sure there's hundreds who would do it. Yeah, if not that one, then the one
for the publicity.
Yeah, and also the paycheck, depending on where the money's going to come from. Who knows? Those are some both right, because who's going to defend Alex Jones for that?
Yeah,
and he
it's maybe Gloria Allred.
Oh, okay. No, she would not defend. She would not defend Alex Jones. No. No, she would say no there. I haven't heard her in a while, actually.
It's like
yeah. What else?
I just different things. Monkeypox is a national emergency, and it's interesting that I read where 6,600 people have been infected so far in the United States. That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah.
Is there something that the public is not seeing at all? Or we're so tired of all the other things that we're having that
there's got to
creep up and boom
there's got to be that. There's got to be that. I know that there's a vaccine for it though, right? Isn't
it?
Yes. Yeah. But then along with that, polio is rearing its ugly head in different parts of the country. I think specifically on the East Coast, and that I think is born out of there was such pushback on the coronavirus vaccine from just wackos who now are not vaccinating their children against polio, and then sure enough it explodes. That's how quick these things can happen. We can, unfortunately, we have a short memory as a society, and we kind of forget. You're of the polio vaccine age right there, right? How old were you when you were vaccinated for polio?
I have no idea.
Yeah, you were just a little guy.
Yeah.
But how about this? You can remember the polio.
I remember this. If you got polio, that was like, this could be the kiss of death. Like, there goes your life.
Right.
I remember that.
Right.
So scared.
I remember a little bit I remember iron lungs, right? Where so many, it was almost like a gymnasium set up with people in these iron lungs. because they were suffering from some polio. So there's a trivia question: who came up with the vaccine for polio? Right. Very good. Look at that. All right. So yeah, I mean, just to piggyback on, well, look at that. Piggyback on monkeypox. That's pretty clever. Piggybacking on monkeypox. Next week we're gonna have piggypox, I think. But anyway,
I think you better get out of what you're saying. All right, where you're going with all this.
Meaning that there's a vaccine there, so hopefully people are aware of how serious it can be. All right, go ahead.
Some things I'd like to share with you also. What country do you think, other than the United States, has had the most people in the Major League Baseball? What country?
What country other than the United States has more players in MLB?
Yes.
Well, it's obviously a South American company or country. It's the Dominican, isn't it?
Dominican Republic, yes.
Yeah.
I never give it any thought. Really, I never give it any thought. That's
yeah.
Dominican Republic.
Yeah. If you go up and down the lineup, the rosters of these teams, yeah. Yeah.
And the reason like the Dominican Republic, they had like Albert Pujols. He's the Dominican Republic, isn't he? And they had everybody that was around him at the All-Star game.
Yeah.
What about that?
Yeah. He's having a pretty, with the home run derby, right?
Yeah.
That was fun to watch because it was almost like he was like, man, I'm exhausted. I wish somebody would beat me, hit more than me during this round or whatever. Where was Roberto Clemente? Where was he from?
Off the top, I'd say Panama. I don't know why I say that.
Yeah. That was Manny Sanguillen, his teammate. Manny Sanguillen was the happy Panamanian, they called him. But Roberto Clemente, because he crashed going to Nicaragua. Wasn't it Nicaragua?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either. But anyway, the Dominican, that's not too surprising. A lot of Cuban players now, right? A lot of Cuban players.
Do they have to go through the Cuban players? Do they have to? Is there a problem for them leaving the country?
I think there still is. Although I know President Obama, softened the relationship, ended the freeze out, so to speak. But so maybe not now, but prior to that, right? Didn't they used to have to what do you call it when you hightail out of a country, when you sneak out of a country? What's that called?
Oh, asylum.
But also that's when you ask for it. What's it when you just sneak out?
Afraid you gotta leave.
No, but what is it when you come across on a little raft? It's called something. Anyway, they used to have to sneak out. Because I can remember a few players doing that as young. Remember Alien Gonzalez? Remember him? The little kid?
Yes.
Yeah,
that was a big deal. Cuba. Yeah,
that was a big deal. Yeah.
He's probably 50 years old. He's probably
right.
He's probably doing a podcast like you, or
right. He's 80, 60, 50. He's doing. You're right.
Sometimes we come up with these names. You never know who people are. This is what I'm realizing. Like I don't realize, but President Bill Russell, or people like they're practically my age. I didn't realize that our ages were almost similar.
Yeah. Oh, you and Bill Russell?
I mean, you're Bill Russell. You go, oh, that's Bill Russell. But then I realized, wait a minute, I think he was 88. Like he's only 80 years older than me. So
right. Yeah, I can remember.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I just want to say before I forget, I feel like Columbo. One more thing.
One more thing.
I'm sorry, I don't have a trench coat. Please watch. I hope I watch this Thursday the game in Iowa.
Field of Dreams.
Yeah, Cincinnati and the Cubs.
Cincinnati and the Cubs. That was last year. It was the White Sox and the Yankees, I think, right?
No, the White Sox and the Cubs, I think.
Oh, it was?
I can't remember now. I thought it was.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it was the Yankees.
Anyway, it was really cool. It was really cool.
The way they came out and feel from the field.
Yeah. You've never been there, right?
No.
Yeah, I've been there like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
Really cool. Really cool. You just go out on the field and you can play. There's just people bringing their kids out there with their mitts and bats and just playing like shag and fly balls and stuff. Really fun. And then you take videos of your kids running out from the cornfield.
Where is it in Iowa? I don't know Iowa.
Dyersville, which is probably about 45 minutes west of like Dubuque. No, maybe like northwest. So it's like 45 minutes northwest. But then, MLB put all the money in it last year to have this like actual stadium, which is just adjacent. So you've got the Field of Dreams field from the movie right here, and then a little patch of cornfield, and then MLB built this one that seats, I don't know what, 6,000, 8,000 people right here. That's still got the same ambiance. But it's really a fun sort of they got the house is still there from the movie, and it's just like the movie. It's like you feel like you're there. So it's a lot of fun. I recommend it to anybody who's like driving by, or also a day trip if you're in the Midwest, either west or east. You go there. It's fun for.
I wonder how they got Cincinnati. I wonder how they made the who goes there.
Right. Yeah.
Over history, I was thinking maybe Cincinnati's history.
Cincinnati isn't that the original? I
don't know.
One of the original ball clubs, the Cincinnati Redlegs, right?
I don't know.
Yeah. So Cincinnati goes way back. So it might be something like that they're not going to have, Tampa Bay playing Seattle or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but that's fun on Thursday night.
So please watch that. Something to see. Well, it's interesting. Keep talking about baseball. But I visited a couple because I was down in Florida to see friends several years ago. How big these stadiums are for minor league ball.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's like if it's a small town situation, it's the only game in town, and they really support and promote those minor league teams. A lot of fun.
Went to the Twins game, Minnesota Twins. Boy, it's just beautiful. Boston's beautiful.
Yeah. Probably about 15 years ago, my 2 brothers and my sister and I, we did spring training in Arizona, and we were in like by Tucson, and then there's a lot of and then we drove up by Phoenix, by Scottsdale, and all that. And we spent 4 or 5 days just seeing a game or two every day, and it was really fun. I mean, that's another one I recommend. But minor league baseball is always a lot of fun. There's this team, I think it's in Florida, called the Bananas. Have you heard about these guys? It's almost like, do you remember, this is going way, way back, Max Patkin?
Yeah.
The clown
guy. Yes.
Baseball. Maybe it's a better way to describe it. It's like minor league baseball mixed with the Harlem Globetrotters, where they really put on a show. And it's silly baseball in a minor league sort of environment, and it's a lot of fun. I'll send you some clips on it because there's some clips on YouTube. One of the things is if you're the home team and the visiting team hits a foul ball into the crowd, if the person in the crowd catches it, that's an out. So they call, so it really gets the team involved, or the fans involved with like try to catch these foul balls, because then it's an out for your side.
Yeah.
So they do all sorts of goofy things like that are just really, really it's talk about like entertainment. That would be fun to go to. They're called the Bananas. I don't know what city. I should check it out, but I'll look at it. So
another thing I came across in that, and I hope we have with science and medicine. It said that about 40% in the United States alone will receive cancer diagnosis in their lives. 40%. We got to work that down.
Yeah.
0%.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
40%
40%
will receive
is
some
cancer
sort of,
diagnosis during our lives.
yeah.
One of them I got it years ago.
Say it again.
Had a cancer diagnosis years ago.
You did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I want to make sure people are okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're part of that number right there.
I am. Yeah, I'm that number. And a
Yeah.
survivor.
Well, and the survival rate is increasing every year. It's just like you said, it'd be nice to eliminate it or dwindle it down a little bit so the actual cancer is not there. But I don't know if that's going to happen because so many things cause cancer. So
Yeah.
working on the treatments, and this is increasing people's survival of it is going to happen first. But you're right, more research and getting it down with, that's a high number. That's almost 50% of all of us are going to have some sort of diagnosis. Crazy.
Yeah. It's just interesting. As I keep saying, as I get older, you see people with Parkinson's, people with this and that, something, hip replacement, knee replacement. Well,
Yeah.
Another interesting about bike sales, e-bike sales. Recent years, it was in 2021, let's say 2016, 152,000 bikes.
2016. Okay.
In 2021, 804,000.
Yeah. Wow. I bet you the pandemic had a lot to do with that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
People are home. It's like, oh, I got to get out. I got to exercise. I got to do something. I'm going to buy a bike.
Yeah, pandemic is nuts. I had a good conversation with some people about working in the office and not working in the office. They say, if you're young, you better go to the office. That's where the mentoring comes in. That's where the relationships come in.
Yeah.
But I got to tell you, I don't know. Like sometimes with people that are in the suburbs, for example, you got an hour and a half drive to the city, hour and a half. That's 3 hours of your time.
Yeah. Times 5 days a week if you're working 5 days.
Yeah.
Sometimes 6.
And I don't know. I think years ago people would think, "Oh, he's screwing around at home. He's playing tennis or golf." But that's not happening.
No.
We're working.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. People are working. There's this. There's what we're doing right here. There's ways to measure if people are working.
Yeah.
Before there was no way to measure. It's like,
right.
Yeah. I'm homesick. Now, if you're homesick, that you're still expected to work because you're working from home.
Yeah.
Back to the bike thing. More and more towns I've noticed as I drive around through towns. More and more towns are becoming more bike friendly, where they've got the bike lanes or the bike trails. Where you can go from point A to point B, which might be 5 towns over, just by following the kind of bike lanes and bike paths that they've put out. So there's a lot of people who do that just for the fun of it. And there's other people who do it to commute. They go to their job.
Different. Also, like especially in the city when I'm driving, I'm always afraid, am I going to hit somebody?
Right.
They're close.
Right.
Oh my gosh! Like, be careful! Talking to myself.
Right. Remember bike messengers? I mean, I know that's still a thing, but maybe it's not a thing. Bike now. I remember bike messengers in the city, how they would just dart around almost like with no regard for their own safety.
Yeah.
Traffic and that mixed with cab drivers, it was like Thunderdome down there.
Let me have another issue I'd like to talk to you about. I was reading this. I go, what? Said the article.
You had 3 whats?
Yeah, 3 whats.
Okay.
Some educational scholars, I'm going to say some sociologists feel homework should end. I say, what's next? School? Let's not have school anymore. And I've been reading today a little bit. I'll talk more about it next next time we're doing this about, he said it's not a level playing field when they have people that have homework because they have facilities, they got a computer at home. Some people don't have a computer. You
Right.
can't take it, you can't figure everything into it. Just have homework is good. I hated homework, but it made me reinforce it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't like a lot of it. I was happy when I didn't get it. But looking back,
right.
it serves a purpose.
Yeah, I remember that Friday afternoon when the teacher would say, "Okay, no homework this weekend." It was like, "Whoa, all right,
whoa,
the lottery."
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah,
Like getting chocolate cake or something like that.
yeah. It probably depends on the homework. Maybe if the homework was more, wasn't just. I'm thinking back to my own. I wasn't a great student, and when I had homework, I would struggle on it because I didn't have the teacher right there to go, "Hey, what do I do? What do I do again? What do I do?" Maybe if the homework was a little bit more uh, um, not fruitful, but if it was like something that
Maybe if it was more to your liking. I had trouble with math,
Yeah,
math and science.
Yeah. Maybe if it was more sometimes I think homework is just, here, this will keep you busy for a while, do this, rather than some thought going into it, which I think is quite often the case. Is that I would like to think that nowadays with everything advancing in terms of communication, everything that homework is a little bit more substantial in terms of not just a time waster of like, do these 20 vocabulary words and we'll see on Monday. It's probably more something that gives the kids some sort of satisfaction.
Yeah, it used to be like, all right, you did something, write it 500 times.
Right.
And it's interesting you said, reminds me of my buddy from 8th grade keeps reminding me of this. Chemistry. I hated chemistry, physics, biology. Just give me history, class.
Yeah.
And we would, if you had a certain grade point or whatever, you could get exempt from the final.
Oh.
I raised my hand and asked the teacher, "Am I exempt?" You're like the last person.
Yeah, you're not even close. You're not even close to being exempt.
It was a joke. It was like, I asked, she could have said yes, right? You never know. But she said, no, you're not. Right.
Well, and now that I think homework nowadays, I think is more like ways to get you back on track. Like if I'm falling behind, I'm not going to pass this class, but now I'm given homework. So if I do that, maybe I can, it'll count as like making the grade. So I would vote no to homework though, just because of many uneasy nights at home with homework. So maybe I'm a little selfish there.
Well, it's interesting though how, I guess what I'm saying, how everything is to be looked at now. Everything that we've been doing.
Yeah. Everything is changing. We're living right in the middle of all the metrics. Everything is changing. How we gauge what is worthwhile and what isn't. I'm all for homework if it's worthwhile. If it's not worthwhile, then let's do something else that's going to be more worthwhile. A lot of places wouldn't. Some place I don't know where, it's like some sort of big study on doing a 4-day work week. So that's. People
I like that because if you have to go to work, right? What's another hour or two? Stay there, and which is good because then I will have one day off, another day off during the week.
Yeah. Right.
I would rather take that all the time.
I would think that would increase your productivity the other 4 days. So I'm for that one. All right, we got about 10 minutes left. What's up?
All right, let's talk some sports, and we'll do the quiz, okay? Juan Soto, how about that, huh?
The new San Diego Padre, Juan Soto.
In my judgment, I'm thinking about this, but he's not going to win a World Series.
You don't think so?
I like the guy, but it's not an automatic thing. I don't think I don't know how old is Machado?
Maybe 28, 29, something like that.
All right. He's got maybe 5 more years, right?
Of productivity. Okay.
What's his name? The other guy. Tatis, yeah. So, yeah. Plus, all the other teams are good. Other teams are good. Dodgers, I've been watching the Dodgers. They're good.
They're good. Yeah. They're good. They're good. It all comes down to pitching,
Yeah. Yeah.
It really does. Because, every team has some talent on it, but pitching has to come through.
Pitching and injury and luck.
And everything. I would say that Soto's eventually going to win one just because he's so young. But are you talking about this year? The Padres aren't going to win?
Oh, no, I'm talking about the next 5 years at least.
Oh, okay. Well, then who would? Well, the Yankees. Yankees are going to win. I tell you what, if the Yankees don't win 5 in a row, that would be a disappointment because talk about talent, and they just, they got that Frankie Montes guy. I think he's pitching today from Oakland.
Never heard of the guy before that.
Yeah, probably because he's in Oakland. It's one of those things where sometimes on the West Coast, like Seattle, Oakland, you kind of forget about the talent.
I've been watching some of these games, and tell you, not that I'm embarrassed at all, but I don't know any of these guys. I don't know any of their names. I have no idea. Like Oakland, who's this guy? Who's this other guy?
Yeah, and that's where I've talked to you about. Like I do fantasy baseball. I know everybody.
Yeah.
So just by default, with our family, we're doing this fantasy baseball thing, and I know stuff that 10 years ago I didn't know. I wouldn't know. It's like I surprised myself. How much I know. I don't ask me what I had to eat yesterday. I can't tell you, but I know who's hot right now on the Baltimore Orioles or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
right. Let me see. Here's I think though it's exciting baseball this year in American League Central, National League East.
Yeah.
The Phillies. Yeah. The Phillies, I think the way they're playing, they had their embarrassments months ago. Now Harper's coming back. Castellanos is hitting now. Real Muto is hitting now.
Yeah, he started to hit. When's Harper coming back? He's coming back
by the end of the month.
Oh, good. Wow. Wow. By the end of okay, good. Good. Good for them. Yeah.
And I was checking today. There's only about one difference. San Diego was just one notch up of the Phillies, the wild card. So it could be the Atlanta, the Mets, the Phillies. That's the wild card.
Yeah.
San Diego.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting down the
and in the Central Division, and the White Sox. I think they're 3 back. Cleveland's 2 back. Minnesota's so who knows who can get out at the last week.
Right.
And I'll never forget with the Phillies we were winning by 4 games or 6 games. And Gene Mark, the genius. Oh, I don't want to hear the genius. I still remember that, the genius.
It's like 1964 or something. You're holding a grudge?
The genius. It's something I read where they said about the Phillies. One guy said that. Who was it? Jay Drew. He didn't want to be with Philadelphia anymore, and they still never forgot him. They boo him all the time. They would boo him all the time.
Oh, when he'd come back?
Yeah. Well, like Scott Rowland too.
Yeah. Oh, because he went to the Cardinals, right?
Yeah. And with that, I'd like to say this week, next month, September 8th, are you ready for some football?
Look at that. Right. All right.
The Bills and the Rams. The Bills and the Rams. Thursday night game.
So a month from tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
I tried to watch a couple of games. I couldn't watch it. Because I said, preseason.
Yeah, that's always tough. It's always tough. You're amped for it, and then you sit down and you're like talking about not knowing the baseball players. Football's tough with that just because of it's such a you got to give 110%. So when they're only given 70, it loses something. So
yeah.
do you want to? We've got about 4 minutes left. You want to do
Okay, let me get
top
that.
quizzes?
Yeah.
All right. Are you wearing pants?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good.
Fine. Here we go.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
I'm sorry, I'm not ready here.
It's all right.
I didn't hear for hold on. You can,
Just do a couple.
I can't believe this.
The problem is you.
I got it.
All right, you got it. Okay.
Oh, no.
No.
How about that?
You organized your office. That's the problem because now you can't find anything.
Yeah, that's the problem. I can't organize. I should be unorganized. Organized. All right, we ready?
Yeah.
Most of these you know. A Russian court. This is the New York Times gang quiz on Fridays. Comes out. And it's interesting what we know about the issues this year during the week. A Russian court sentenced WNBA star Brittany Griner to how much time in prison? 6 months, 1 year, 9.
Yeah.
Arizona Republicans this week nominated Blake Masters for Senate, Kerry Lake for governor, and Mark Finchem for Secretary of State. What do all three candidates have in common? They're far-right militia members marched in the Capitol on January 6th. B, they're former Fox News anchors. They're former hedge fund executives. They deny that President Biden won the election fairly. They were endorsed by Mike Pence.
The second to the last one, they're
right.
Election deniers.
37 people have died in extreme floods recently struck what state? Alabama, Alaska, California, Colorado, Indiana, or Kentucky?
Kentucky.
Right. The United States is distributing about 1.1 million doses of the monkeypox vaccine, millions shy of what officials say is needed. Which of the following contributed to the vaccine shortage? Congress has yet to come to an agreement for funding. B, more than 50 states declined to provide refrigeration storage. C, the Denmark-based manufacturer stopped producing the vaccine last year. D, the government waited to request that its supply be bottled distribution. And E, the vaccine had to be reformulated for the 2022 outbreak.
Man, I don't know that one.
The government wanted to request that the supply be bottled in for distribution.
Oh, okay.
In response to Pelosi's visit to Taiwan this week, China, which claims the island is on its own, did which of the following? Select all that apply. Announced the fire drills in the waters around Taiwan. Announced live fire drills in the water. Deported more than 400,000 Americans from China. C, suspended imports from citrus fruit from Taiwan. D, took down Taiwan's internet connection for 3 days. E, withdrew all financial support from countries that had denounced the trip.
The first one.
A, is there another one too?
Oh, I don't know. What is it?
Suspended citrus fruit.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Hey, you know what, Greg? That's it. We only got about 10 seconds.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for listening.
Please subscribe and comment down below. Greg, you're a pleasure to talk to. I'll talk to you next time.
Likewise. Bye. Bye.
Bye.